Israel, Palestine, or Palestine. What in the war is going on? We're going to talk about it on this episode of the Hubkast. I'm Anthony Hubka. I'm your host. Welcome to the Hubkast, the only show on earth that matters. So, all right, as you can see, or maybe you're just listening, but if you were watching, you'd be able to see, hey, this is a much bigger table than you had in the past. And you would be right, it is, because I got this new table. I don't know if I'm keeping it, but I'm using it for this episode. And what it really is, if you look under this black tablecloth thing that I got over it, it's actually not like just a big table. It's a fucking ping pong table. I got a fucking ping pong table. All right? Hopefully I don't get in trouble for saying this, but I don't think there was really anything wrong with what I did. But, okay, I was on my shift at Amazon this Sunday, okay? Near the end of my shift, there was a house. It said, there was it looked like a table folded up with like a bag attached to it and a note. And I was like, let me go check this out. It said free ping pong table. Hell yeah. And normally I would, if I just, was like driving or walking and I seen that, I wouldn't have been interested because I would have had no way to transport it. But I had a way. I had the Amazon van. And and where I was delivering was 7 minutes away from my crib. So I was like, man, my fiance is not going to like this. But, hey, fuck it. I'm going to put the ping pong table in the fucking Amazon van. Finish up my last 10 stops. And then take my 30-minute break. Drive to my house with the ping pong table. Put the ping pong table in the house. And then drive back and finish work. So that's what I did. Yeah. So I got a fucking free ping pong table. This shit is big as fuck. It's bigger than I actually thought it was. I invited Fofo over to come fucking help me bring it up because I live in an apartment complex and I just left it in the lobby, which was fine. It's a big ass ping pong table. I don't think anybody was gonna take it. And it didn't even really look like a ping pong table. It looked like more of like a those like cardboard boards thing that you put like thumbtacks in? It looked like one of those. Just like a post-it wall or something like that. And so I wasn't really concerned about anybody taking it, and it was free, so if anybody did, whatever. But Fofo was like, how the hell did you even get that in the van and take it out and bring it in the lobby by yourself? And I'm like, dude, once I had gotten it in the van, there was no turning back. So I had to commit. And dude, before there was not even room in this living room for this ping pong table. But because my daughter had a bounce house right here, kind of like where I'm sitting. And crazy, the same day I didn't tell my fiance, but she took down the fucking bounce house. And I was like, oh, it's perfect. Now the ping pong table fits. And she was kind of mad. She was like, oh my God, this is so big, Anthony. And that ain't the first time she said that. Nah, dude. But so yeah, we played a little game of ping pong. And I was like, this could be a good podcast table. So I'm going to have it for this episode, and I'm going to have it for the next episode. I don't know how much longer I'm keeping it because it's just so goddamn big that I don't know if I'm even going to keep it in the house. I might touch it up, sell it. If you're interested in a ping pong table, hit me up. I'll give it to you for free if you come pick it up, if you're a fan of the Hubcast. So hell yeah, get you a free ping pong table. Fucking let me know if you want it. You find a way to fucking get it to your crib. You can have it. All right? Um, yeah, though. I just looked up. I was like, ping pong seems like a, I don't know. Maybe this was racist of me, but ping pong seemed like an Asian thing to me. You know what I mean? Whenever I see fucking people playing ping pong, I feel like it's always been an Asian, like a couple of Asians. And that's just my personal experience. Plus, which also might be racist, ping pong rhymes with ching chong. And it sounds just like an Asian person would have made ping pong up. You know what I mean? Turns out that's not true. What was it? In the 1880s, I think was when ping pong was invented. And it was just so they can play tennis indoors. And it was invented by an English firm. So it was like people in England, I believe. Ping pong. That's crazy because I wouldn't expect it to come out of like England, or especially just being called ping pong. Like maybe that's just racist. I don't know, but like what's up with humans and creating terms like ping pong where all they do with the two words is just change the middle vowel. Ping pong, ching chong, ding dong, sing song. King Kong, that's Asian. King Kong has to be Asian. King Kong is Asian. I know that. I've seen it in the movies, and it was like I think it was Japanese or whatever. But they got Bing Bong. Donald Trump has said that. What else I got here? Ling Long. A lot of you guys haven't. You guys probably don't even know what Ling Long is, but it is a thing. I'll tell you, I had a friend, Ling, okay? And he was trying to get some cooter, if you get what I'm saying. And you know, the friends were cracking jokes. We're like, you're never gonna get a woman because your dick is small because you're Asian. I didn't say that. I heard it. I was in the group. Okay? And then you know what Ling said? He was like, nah, Ling Long. Shit you not. He referred to himself in the third person. He said Ling Long. Hey, guess what his last name was, bro? Guess what it was. No, it wasn't Long, dude. It was Lee. It was Ling Lee. Ling Lee Long. Yeah, no, but all right. I guess we started it off a little lightly. I do want to get into this Israel Palestine thing. I've seen people. Well, first of all, let me just say some of the traumatizing shit that I've seen online since this happened. I woke up. It was Saturday morning, I believe. I think that was the 7th, and it's apparently Gaza or whatever, and these people that call themselves Hamas, the Hamas or the Hamas, some say. I'm gonna call them the Hamas. The Hamas sent, like, it said 5,000 fucking missiles into Israel. And at first I'm like, damn, what the fuck? What the fuck is these Hamas people doing? And then turns out the Hamas is part of Palestine. And then I'm thinking like, oh, like 6 months ago, maybe like a year ago, maybe even 2 years ago. I don't know. I'm not sure what the timeline is, but everybody was like, free Palestine. And, you know, I never really knew about it. I knew there was conflict between Israel and Palestine, but I never really looked into it, and it was just kind of one of those things where I was like, yeah, fucking free Palestine. You feel me? But now I think I know a little bit more, but I don't know. I won't say I'm a fucking expert. I know very little. I've seen some statistics. I've heard some narratives on both sides. And I do want to say some of the things before I get into any of my opinions and my beliefs. I want to say some of the things that I've seen on the internet. Well, yeah, I seen the 5,000 missiles post, and I seen videos of buildings being fucking blown up. And then that was like the first things that I seen. I didn't see anything too graphic. I mean, a building blowing up is graphic, but they'll still show that on the news uncensored, which is crazy. You think about it, like they probably won't show a killing of a person on the news caught in 4K without blurring it at least. But they'll show a fucking explosion where thousands of people died, but you just don't see any blood. It's weird. But yeah, so or hundreds of people. I'm not sure if thousands of people died in any of those explosions. But I know that thousands of people have died thus far. So going more into the shit that I seen a Palestinian father holding his dead daughter in his hands, just like losing it, yelling it on the streets. More buildings getting blown up. I seen a woman tied up by Palestinians that people allegedly say that they were raping people. And I think that happens on both sides of war. There's chaos in the streets. There's going to be a few wicked soldiers on both sides that will take advantage of that situation to go ahead and rape people. It happens on both sides. You cannot pretend like it only happens on one side. Shit, American soldiers probably do this. United Nations soldiers probably do this. There's always a fucking bad apple. You know what I'm saying? Who's doing it more than the other person is fucking irrelevant. You know what I mean? Like, they're both doing it. Okay? And you can't say that it's the entire Israeli army, or you can't say that it's the entire Hamas. You know what I mean? Because I've seen both things. I've seen Israelis treating hostages like animals. I've seen Palestinians treat people like animals, but I've also seen Palestinians treating people nicely, and I don't know how much of that is propaganda. You know, you really can't even trust, especially with AI and stuff. I literally can't prove to anybody right now that a war is even going on. It could all be CGI. I'm not there firsthand to know. I don't know anybody that knows anybody that died. I have no fucking idea. I'm going on what I've seen on the fucking internet. You know what I mean? But I will say this. I don't support any group of people who is killing civilians. With that being said, I don't support Hamas, but I support Palestine. And Palestine having its own land and being its own fucking state and its own people. I've seen a chart where, and apparently people debunked this chart, but either way, Palestine had a lot more land than they did. And I will say, maybe it seems like, from hearing both sides of the narrative, it seems like Israel is not recognized by Palestine, and Palestine isn't respected or really recognized by Israel. Definitely at this point. Like, people, I seen people on Twitter, and there's people in the streets on both sides wishing death on people on both sides. And that's scary. Like, it almost feels like America is about to have a civil war for what's going on in Palestine and Israel. One thing that I do know, though, maybe Palestine wants their land. Israel's willing to give them their land under certain conditions, like the water supply, electricity. Like, they get a lot of that stuff from Israel, and I don't know how long they have been getting this stuff from Israel, and when Israel had took over that, if they took over that, and gained control over it. But it does seem like Israel's not willing to work with them equally. Like, Israel always has to have the advantage. You know what I mean? Like, they can't just live and be a sovereign state of people on their own without Israel having some type of influence over them. And I will say, Jewish people are known for giving people shitty deals. Maybe Israel's just trying to give Palestine this shitty deal, and Palestine's like, no, I don't want your deal. We want to be sovereign, blah, 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 and they're going to fight for it. But the way that they're going about it, I don't know. Like, I don't know how much is propaganda. I think Israel should have its own fucking land, and Palestine should have their own land, and they should make a fucking agreement without having to kill anybody. But unfortunately, that's not how it works all the time. But I do know that way more Palestinians have died. Like, I don't like how everybody's acting like, yes, maybe Palestine and the Hamas were the first ones to attack majorly like this, although that doesn't seem like the case. I don't know who started it, but this was the 7th was not the first attack ever in the Israel-Palestine conflict by any means. Just let me pull up this chart real quick. Boom. The human cost of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. So, since 2008 to 2020, 5,590 Palestinians have died due to the conflict between these two people. And since 2008 to 2020, again, only 251 Israelis have died. So, I guess this is my opinion. I'm open to people changing my mind, but if you're going to call the Hamas terrorists, you're going to have to call these people fucking terrorists too. Hey, that might just be my hot take. You know, they're both killing people, children. They're probably both raping on both sides. They're probably both committing crimes against humanity on both sides. So I don't condone any killing, and I'm against all of that. I do think see, I don't know what deal that they can make at this point. I don't think they are going to make a deal. So I can tell you what I think is going to happen. Well, you know, a lot of things could happen because I've heard a lot of people saying that Russia is siding with Palestine. China will probably side with Russia and Palestine. And this could be the start of World War III for real. Something interesting that I read. So, for those of you guys who don't know what Freemasons are, the Freemasons are part of a secret society. And the very top of Freemasonry is a very powerful, very rich people. Okay, and there's this guy Albert Pike. He's way dead by now. Apparently, people call him the father of Freemasonry. And there's a lot of conspiracy theories, whether it's a conspiracy theory or a fact. I don't know. I won't say. At least for now. But there's this guy, Albert Pike, known as the father of Freemasonry. And in 1871, there's a letter that he wrote, allegedly, about 3 world wars that were supposed to take place. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe this was written before World War I and World War II. Let me just see when World War I was. When was World War I? I think it was like 1925, 1914. So yeah, this was before all of the world wars, okay? And you know what? I kind of do think that we are at fucking war right now, and it probably is a world war going on right now. They just haven't announced it. You know what I mean? Like, America is at war. Our tax dollars are going to Ukraine and are going to Israel right now. So America is at war. We're not shooting the guns in the front lines aren't on American soil right now. But how deeply rooted Israel and the United States are, you know, it might as fucking well be American soil. But here. The following is apparently an extract of the letter that Albert Pike, the father of Freemasonry, had wrote in 1871 before the World Wars. And by the way, before I go into this, it's going to use the word Illuminati, okay? And just in case you guys didn't know, and if that's just like a buzzkill hearing that word Illuminati and talking about the Illuminati that he is referring to was an actual fucking thing, okay? It was a secret society, and this is the like actual one that he's talking to, that was founded May 1st, 1776 in Germany. They apparently ceased operations in 1785. I don't think that's true. Believe what you want. I just think that they started calling themselves like different things. You know what I mean? They just stopped calling it the Illuminati. Like, it's a secret society. They're keeping secrets. Once the Illuminati was fucking figured out about, you know, they can't call it the Illuminati anymore. Or something like that. I don't know. But this is the Illuminati that he is referring to in 1871. So, you know, they didn't just cease to operate in 1785. Okay, without further ado, talking about the First World War that hasn't happened yet, he says, the First World War must be brought about in order to permit the Illuminati to overthrow the power of the Caesars in Russia, and of making that country a fortress of atheist communism. The divergences caused by the agents of the Illuminati between the British and the Germanic empires will be used to foment this war. At the end of the war, communism will be built and used in order to destroy the other governments in order to weaken the religions. Then he writes about the Second World War. The Second World War must be brought about, I think that's what the word fomented means, by taking advantage of the differences between the fascists and the political Zionists. And that's what we're seeing right now. It's a continuation of this, what happened here. And that's what happened in the goddamn, World War II. But we'll see. This war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed and that the political Zionism be strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel in Palestine. What happened in World War II? We defeated the Nazis. And we didn't defeat them. That's a term that they like to use. Okay? And I'm just regurgitating what Isaiah Flowers said, but I know this is true. Operation Paperclip. Who started NASA? Nazis. Werner von Braun, he was a Nazi. He was the head of NASA, I believe. Anyways, and they did institute a sovereign state of Israel in Palestine. All right. During the Second World War, international communism must become strong enough in order to balance Christendom, which would be then restrained and held in check until the time when we would need it for the final social cataclysm. What is the final social cataclysm? Maybe that's what's happening right now. So the Third World War must be brought about by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agents of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. Whoa! Huh? How did this man just predict 3 world wars? It's because he didn't predict it. It's because they planned it. I believe that the owners of the central banks control all the money. Who needs money? People that are going to war. We're sending Israel so much money, but who's really sending Israel all the money? Where did America get the money? From the Federal Reserve. Who owns the Federal Reserve? The 6 richest men in the world at the time that had 25% of the whole entire world's wealth created the Federal Reserve. Okay? These men were a part of secret societies. It's always been the people in secret societies and these rich bloodlines that have funded these wars, that have funded what did Columbus do? When Columbus came here, what did he do? What do they call it? Colonize. That funds this colonization. It's these people that have always funded all this stuff, you know, and they always benefit from both sides of the war. Okay. Albert Pike, Fatherhood of Freemasonry, says that they would have to plan these 3 world wars in order to take control of the world. Well, I don't know. What do you think? I'm going to play some messages that people had sent in when I asked about the Israel versus Palestine situation. I'm sorry, I'm biting my lip. I don't know why I do that. Antonio said, I'm with God's people. I'm not sure what he means by that, because Israel does believe that they are God's people. So is he saying that he is pro-Israel? I don't know. Let's see what this message says. I've been made aware that this message is explicit, so I'm probably going to have to censor some stuff out, but let's see.
Man, you know what, bro? That whole thing, the only reason people even support Palestine is just because every American hates Jews. They don't know shit about what's going on in the history behind it. Everyone's just a bunch of
Oh. Well, I would like to have him on to explain to me about the whole Israel-Palestine thing if he does know more than me. Yeah, but no, it's not. I'm not pro hummus. I'm not pro people killing people. But if people want their own sovereign state, that's fine. And I don't hate Jews. I definitely do. I will say this, though. I did forget to say this. Speaking of the Palestine-Israel war, I was playing chess and I got beat by a Palestinian, you know, in chess. And chess is war, okay? So, hey, they might got a couple tricks up their sleeve. Everybody was saying like, man, it makes no sense for them to just start a losing battle out of nowhere, out the blue. Like, why now to start a battle you know that you're gonna lose, unless if they think that they might win. So they might have a couple tricks up their sleeve. They may be getting support by Russia. It could all be a diversion. Everybody's distracted over in Israel and Palestine. Boom, they're gonna plan an attack somewhere else. We don't know what's going on really at all. But yeah, Palestinian beat me in a game of chess. And then the game right after that, I beat a Jew in chess. I beat a Jewish person in chess. I think Jewish people are smart as fuck. So when I beat a Jewish person in chess, I feel good. But when I beat a Palestinian in chess, honestly, I was surprised. But yeah, man. Rest in peace to everybody who's died in the conflict and who is about to die in the conflict. It doesn't seem like it's over. I don't know when it's going to be over. I don't know if it's going to calm down or it's going to get worse. I know some people are saying that there's fucking hummus coming across the border here and they're planning to attack all major cities in the next 14 months. You know? And that would be the main reason why I don't support the hummus and why I feel like as Americans, we almost kind of have to support Israel because the hummus lumps us in together. You know what I mean? I don't know if you could be pro-hummus and pro-America at the same time. And that seems to be the problem here now. It seems to be that, anybody who's pro-hummus, I don't know, man. Come talk to me about it. I do want to understand both sides. Because there are 4 different stories out there on what fucking happened. Way more than 4. You know what I mean? And I need some really convincing people to come and talk to me about this, man. I want to understand what's going on. Or if it's all just like a Freemason to come on, a 33rd degree Freemason to come on here and tell me, yeah, we've planned this for years. The differences that the Islamic people have and that the Jewish people have, we created them. We knew this was going to happen and we knew what the outcome was going to be. And, you know, that seems to be how those people operate. You know what I mean? It'll be some crazy, tragic thing to happen like 9/11 and they'll insert some policies, some new rules, some new technology, implement some new thing that we would have never accepted before the horrible thing that happened. You know what I mean? Like 9/11 happened, boom. Now we got the NSA spying on Americans. And you cannot deny that the NSA is spying on Americans. That is like, if you're going to sit here and tell me that America doesn't spy on its own citizens, you're dumb, and I'm not going to even talk to you anymore about that. Maybe you have something else to learn me, to teach me, but you're not going to tell me that America doesn't spy on its own citizens. That is fucking baloney, bro. Baloney. Yeah, man. I love everybody. I love Jewish people. I love Palestinian people that are not. Well, man. See, this is the thing about love. Are we supposed to love unconditionally? You know, Jesus sat with criminals. Jesus defended a prostitute from getting stoned. Jesus would probably sit next to a murderer. So I wouldn't go out of my way to make these people's day, probably, because I'm not Jesus or Christ. And I do have a hate in my heart for people who just go and kill people, especially children and women and just anybody. War should be dealt with the people in power. If there is some tyrannical ass dude who is trying to like kill a bunch of people, someone needs to go and kill that guy. Probably. Maybe, or lock him up. You know what I mean? But residential places, churches, for that shit to just be blown up while there's people inside, like that's sad, man. Like I live in an apartment complex. I seen a residential fucking building blow up. I can't imagine just blowing up because I happen to live somewhere where fucking higher ups are fighting and they're trying to, destroy the other side's fucking soul and shit. Fucking Jordan Peterson was like, Netanyahu, give them hell. Who? Are you talking specifically about hummus? Or are you talking about the entire Palestine? You weren't very specific. And I think Netanyahu, if I'm not mistaken, was talking about destroying all Arabian controlled places. So, I mean, like, I don't know, man. Both sides is crazy. And I'm not educated really enough to talk about this or to take a side really. I'm just going based on what I've seen, and I'm open to anybody changing my mind who is truthful and convincing. And the truth itself is convincing. Yeah. Dude, look at this goddamn sink. Watch, she's doing the whirly twirly. She spilled it in the sink. Look at this cup washer. What the fuck? You know how bad I wish I had that? Hand washer with the medium pressure water. Then you got the large pressure. Wow. Comes straight off the fucking nozzle. And then now she got fruit. And she's just washing the fruit and shit. What the fuck? It's got a LED light and shit. Yeah, that sink did just call me fucking poor. That's how I feel. I want that sink, dude. I have a regular ass sink, hot and cold. The thing doesn't even come off the fucking nozzle, bro. I can't. Man. Did you guys ever do that April Fool's prank? I did that every fucking year. So you know how a lot of sinks will have that the little thing you can pull up and spray with, the little water gun. You can tie a rubber band around the fucking nozzle, so as soon as someone goes to turn on the fucking water, they'll get sprayed by the fucking water gun attached to the sink. I did that every fucking April Fool's. I would just do that. My dad would get pissed. But he couldn't be mad because it was April Fool's, so it's like, hey, buddy, I got one on you. Ugh. Man, Paulo was the only one that sent in a voice message. I would play more, but I didn't ask for voice messages soon enough. I asked for them right before I fucking started recording. Anyways, this is going to be a short podcast episode. Thank you for tuning into the Hubcast. Maybe we'll discuss maybe like one more thing. Let's see what we got here. See if I have anything saved in my Twitter bookmarks. Oh yeah, look at this. So the band U2 apparently they had a concert inside the Las Vegas Sphere. If you haven't seen the Sphere in Las Vegas, what the fuck? That shit is big as fuck, dude. And I knew from the second that I seen it, it was going to be used for some weird satanic shit. Right? And U2 just flashed a bunch of words on the screen to their audience that it's like, what the fuck? Look, all right. What words did they have in there? Is the Antichrist, believe with lie, 666 999 911, Walt Disney, flesh, pelican. What the hell? What kind of what in the MK Ultra is this? Paranoia, greed. Like, and this seemed like this was like flashing like right away. I don't know. Said bust, emergency, Walt Disney, nervous, 666, lie, a bunch of matrix coding. I don't know. That's fucking weird, dude. But yeah, dude, fucking. As soon as I seen that big ass sphere, I was like, oh, this is weird. I wonder what they're gonna do on Halloween with it. Bet you they're gonna do something weird on Halloween with that goddamn shit. It's gonna be way more actually satanic than it needs to be. They can make it a big pumpkin. They probably will. But it'll also be something satanic. Some eyes, some Freemason fucking imagery, sign or symbol. Some type of symbolism or ritual will fucking happen. I know that. Especially in Las Vegas, dude. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. How's everybody doing, man? Bunch of Kanye West shit leaked. It was like, damn, I don't know how many gigabytes. It was maybe like 102 gigabytes of Kanye West documentary footage, songs, just a whole bunch of leaks. I haven't gotten a chance to check it out. Maybe I checked out a few things. Heard some good songs. Heard some songs that obviously weren't finished. But I feel like he always leaks his own music right before he's about to drop something and start with his promo. I think that's part of his promo every single time. Just some shit will leak, and that's part of the promo. I think that's smart. That's definitely smart. That's how you get people going, man. Especially people that are really into you and like are really your fan. Like, you haven't released anything in fucking months, and then a leak happens, and you got all the really hardcore fans, like, searching for it, getting them all riled up, like, oh, shit, he's gonna drop. Oh, no. You know what I mean? Dude, my fiance's been wanting to get into football. I think it's just because she just wants to be, like, a regular-ass person. She wants to be just, yeah. She wants to be like, live like NPCs live. You feel me? Whatever. I'm not opposed to it. You know, I've never gone out the way to turn on football and put it on and pick a team or whatever. But, hey, man. I'm down with watching a little football. I feel like it's in my blood. I feel like if I see someone score a touchdown, I'm going to be adrenaline pumping and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Bears are playing on the 15th. I'll probably tune in. It's my fiance's birthday tomorrow. We're going to get drunk. She's turning 21. I'm already 21. I'm turning 22 on the 25th of October. Give me a little present. Make a little dono to the podcast. You feel me? That would be what I want. Other than that, man, enjoy the rest of your day. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning. Stay positive, stay negative, stay neutral, stay hot, stay cold, stay lukewarm, or don't be lukewarm. That's probably the worst that you could be. But for better or for worse, you feel me? Circumcised or uncircumcised, you're all beautiful people. Thank you for tuning in to the Hubcast. I'm sorry that this is a little bit of a shorter episode. Antonio bailed on me last week. What the fuck, man? Antonio fucking ditched me, dude. I was like, all right, you coming in today? And he's like, oh no, I get the tummy in my tummies. And I'm like, damn, flake ass. Camera cut out as I was saying that. Anyways, this has been the Hubcast. I'm Anthony. I'm your host. Peace.